Hi everyone. Yes, this video is long overdue. At the end of my very first video, I just tell you to read the rest of the warning in the description. Originally, I wanted to include that warning in the video, but it was already bursting at its seams. However, I feel it's my duty to point some things out. First off, I'm educated and working as a psychologist, not a fitness instructor. I now know the limits of my body, not yours. So I can only show you my journey and try to motivate you, but I would implore you not to jump in doing what I do without having done what I have done. I have been building up to this for a long while. So if you're feeling inspired to start using Beat Saber or other games to get fit, great. However, don't immediately start with weights. There is a real risk of you inflicting damage to yourself if you're overzealous with these things. Second, if you're a teenager or have never done much of a workout before, when it comes to weights and resistance training, please pace yourselves in the beginning. Right now, you first have to figure out the limits of your body. Because working out is a process where your body dictates the limits. Unfortunately, this also means that when someone who's never done much of a workout gets a burst of motivation, they might have the experience of the will is strong, but the flesh is weak. When you simply have to stop against your will because your body is at its limit. And this by itself can be highly demotivating. It doesn't help that in many movies or animes, the heroes can be brought to their limits, but then just by screaming loud enough and wanting it hard enough, they break through some invisible wall to find more strength. Yes, it is true that you can find your second breath or even your third breath, and that is fine. But the fact that you're capable of amazing things at moments of high adrenaline, well, maybe the first few weeks of working out is not a moment for that, because it always comes at the expense of a high toll on your body and sometimes your health. So, for anyone starting to work out, take it slow. Gradually increase the intensity and load from workout to workout. Build endurance and monitor your soreness in the days after the workouts. Because in the heat of the moment of a workout, you might not always feel it if you overdid it. I speak from experience. The body is built to ignore pain signals in high intensity situations. Historically and evolutionary, in a case where you have to fight or run for your life, irreparable damage is preferable to death, making you go above your limits at the expense of your body. The part of your brain that regulates this might not know that the situation you're in is nothing but a game, so you might push it too far, and when the adrenaline wears off, the pain might kick in. Also, keep in mind that you can do a certain workout without any pain a few days in a row, but add one day too much, and that might be the final drop, leading to an infection. Partly because the strength of your muscles grows at a higher rate than the strength of your tendons and joints. If you from day one only go to the gym to train for gains, doing every set until failure, or when you run a set distance a few times per week, ignoring pains. It might have the desired effect on your muscles, but it will stress your tendons and joints, maybe to a point of no return to full health. And many people might not even know this, but some or all professional marathon runners, for instance, spend most of their training running at maybe half of the speed that they run during contest marathons for the exact same reason. But overdoing it might have even worse effects than hurting your tendons. There is an anecdote about two girls who had never trained seriously. One day, like I said earlier, they got a burst of motivation and wanted to start strong. They started doing squats and kept pushing each other to keep going. This here is a prime example of the power of encouragement, mind over body. Unfortunately, those things don't protect the body from the consequences of working out. Training naturally damages the muscle a bit, and the body repairing the muscle is what leads to growth. However, these girls had done so much micro damage to the muscle that large amounts of that muscle tissue spilled into the bloodstream, so much so that it led to kidney failure and hospitalization. The link to the article is in the description. My third point, in the broader sense of taking advice from a YouTube video, in good faith, I'm willing to believe most fitness advice from fitness YouTubers will be good advice for anyone with a healthy body. But you always have to consider if any specific exercise works for you personally. So if you want to take your workout more seriously, or if you want to leave the field of hobbyism into professionalism, please seek proper, customized guidance. So, again, for clarity, a great deal of your training, especially as a beginner, should be low intensity. There are no shortcuts. And I know that can be demotivating, but if you don't start today because you're not gonna see results tomorrow, by this time next year you might regret not starting today. Also, doing many small things throughout your week will always be better than doing one big thing in your week. Trying to walk every day, stand up more, randomly do some squats, sit-ups, push-ups or pull-ups. All of these will increase the natural strength of your body, which will then help you during your workout. Alright, and with that, I wish you the best of luck in your efforts.